Hey up, my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So, don't be alarmed. I posted in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group a couple of days ago that I had decided to buy a Thoth deck. It is not my first Thoth deck. The first deck I bought was this one. Which I got years ago. It comes with this fold out, you know how they did, and the cards were quite small. When I bought this, I didn't realise Thoth, what it was. I didn't realise it was a separate system. I just thought it was the title of a tarot deck. I was quite, you know, I hadn't really heard of Thoth before. I heard of people talking about it when I first started watching YouTube, and it was before I got a channel. But I can just remember looking through these cards and really not feeling anything for them. The artwork seemed very abstract. I just felt a little bit cold, I think is the word. You know, they just left me feeling a little bit cold. They seemed very sort of, yeah, like I say, abstract, quite modern. And I think at the time, because I was just working with Rider-Waite-Smith, I even got this before I even had my first ever Marseille deck. I mean, this is Pip, but, you know, I'd not really worked with anything other than the RWS when I got this. And I really just didn't connect with it at all. And we've often, you know, and this is, I'm not here to bash any particular system. We all have our preferred systems, I suppose. But, you know, I did a year or so later start working with Marseille decks, and I really enjoyed them. So I've never parted with this because I thought it was important to have at least, you know, an original Thoth deck, because I like originals. You know, everybody knows it's right to hand here. My all-time favorite tarot deck is the original. I say as original as you can be. This is a 1971 RWS, and there are thousands of decks out now that follow a RWS system, but for me this will always be my number one. It's the original and best, in my opinion, particularly this one with no lamination, no copyright, beautiful buttery cards, just an absolute dream. So that's my number one deck. I love Marseille. I think they're beautiful, really beautiful. I love decks like the Ozarks. I love the New Choice Tarot de Marseille. But again, the deck that I probably reach for the most, this is the Dodal, but you know, one of the very early woodblock versions. You know, I just feel like when we work with old decks that, you know, are, the images are well known, the colours are well known, I don't know, it just feels like you're connecting with history, and I really love them. So the Dodal is my one of my favourite Marseille style decks. I love it. So I couldn't get on with the original. I thought they'd be bigger, and I know there's different versions. There's like the Greenie, I think they call it, which is a larger deck. So I tried last year with the Millennial Thoth. And some people say Thoth, some people say Thoth, Thoth. You know, again, it's whatever you're comfortable with. And whilst this was a little bit less abstracty, there's something very cheesy about it, and the first initial walkthrough I was like, yeah, I think I can work with this. I love the death card, but I haven't really reached for it. And then the more I work with it, I don't know, I didn't really gel with it that much. So that's the Millennial Thoth. I saw the lovely Elaine Murphy do, I love her channel. She's got such a calm nature. She's very well spoken, and I just sit and grab a cuppa and listen to her talk about tarot. And she did a video, it's already starting to come under, I'll make it easier. She did a video the other day just showing her collection. She was cleansing her area, she was using an incense bungle, her bungle, and you know, she was cleansing her area and talking about her decks. And she showed this one, and I had been aware of it. It wasn't on my wish list or anything, but I had been aware of it, and it's the gold edition. So it is the original artwork by Lady Frida Harris, Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot, gold edition. Comes in this lovely, lovely box, but it looked like the cards were bigger. They're gilded, and it just looked like a nice set. And I think the colours aren't as washed out. I think they're more saturated. The book is, half of it is in German and half in English. So here it says, the famous Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot was created by Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. It was finished in 1944 and in 1971 printed on cards for the first time. That's interesting that it took 27 years to make it to print from it being finished in 1944. I always thought it was a 60s style deck, so I didn't realise the artwork had been done so early. Today it is one of the most popular tarot decks in the world, highly acclaimed for its unique, powerful and succinct images and symbols. This gold edition provides the 78 cards of Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot in a deluxe size, which is 3.74 by 5.5 inches, or it gives you the millimeters, with handcrafted precious gold edges, and a textbook including a descriptive essay by Aleister Crowley and the certificate of this exclusive edition. So copyrights are 1944, 1971, 1986. So let's have a look. Okay, so nice two-part box. Oh, the book is quite thin. Cards have moved about a bit inside the box as well, but they are nice and big. All this shrink wrapping, it pains me. And it is like proper shrink wrapping rather than just, let's see if I can. Oh, it's nice and in colour. So as you can see, you get the English. So Two of Cups. Two of Cups is love. And then there's the association with the Kabbalah. You know, the Thoth Tarot is very much heavily associated with Kabbalah. So you get English at the top, German at the bottom. Wands, Cups, Swords, Discs. A little bit of history, tells you to get English and German. Some spreads. Aleister Crowley's Thoth, the cards, Descartes. So yeah, so we get a page for each of the majors. Is it the same for the minors? It's, yeah, a page each for all of them. There's the certificate in the middle of the book. I wondered where that was. So certificate, this exclusive gold edition provides the 78 cards of the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot in the deluxe size with handcrafted precious gilded edges, and a textbook including a descriptive essay by Aleister Crowley edited by Lady Frida Harris, with a foreword by Hymenius Beta. Okay, it's signed there. So that's quite nice to have. So yeah, not a bad book, not a bad size. I'm not sure where the essay is. Where's his essay? Practical advice. Introduction, spreads, major, wands, cups, swords, discs. I'm not sure where the essay is. That's the tree of life. I don't really follow Kabbalah. I guess I'm going to have to look into it a bit if I'm going to work with this deck in the way that it intends to be worked with, but I kind of read tarot the same way whether I'm reading RWS or Marseille. I'm not quite sure if that will change or not with this, and don't shoot me for that. We all have our ways of reading. Okay. So these are nice size, and they, like I said, they've got this beautiful gilding on them. Let's have a look at them with the one I got. These aren't going to be in order because I did use them, but you can see the size comparison there. Our starts with the major, so imagine our Fool is near the back of the, yeah, there we go. So just to give you the size comparison and colour comparison, if there is one, zoom in a little bit, there we go. So we get a lot more. I mean, the whole of the original card fits in exactly in height with what you're getting for. So basically this whole card is now the image, but actually it's wider, it's much wider too. So there's a lot more to see. The colour is a little bit, I mean, it's not, you can tell more in the yellow. This is a brighter yellow than perhaps here, but it's subtle. The differences are subtle. If you have a look at the, yeah, there's not a lot of difference. Nice, clearer. I mean, they're sharp. Yeah, cardstock feels better. It has a nicer, smoother sheen, and this feels quite thin. Really, ugh, yeah. Whereas this is thicker cards, which is nicer. Backs are the same. A little bit more of a saturation, you can see in the red there. So there we go. So that's a bit of a comparison. I mean, I'm not going to do a walkthrough. Everybody's seen the Thoth. This is just kind of me doing a video to explain that I'm gonna have a go at working with it. I want to connect with the images more, and I think that's why I bought them on a larger size as well, because I don't know, I look at that, and for me, for the Empress, I want to see luscious flowers and wheat and the sun and the earth around her, and you know, the Emperor, I just don't get why it's red red and yellow, and you know, it's, I don't know, it's very different style. I mean, this is quite nice. I quite like that picture of the Hierophant. That's a nice image. Here we have our lovers. The Chariot. Adjustment, you see. So for our 8 position, because strength, a lot of these are changed as well. Do you know what I mean? Like we have the Aeon for the world, and so yeah, after our card 7 from the Chariot, where in the RWS you would have strength, and of course in Marseille you have justice. We have the adjustment for that justice card. Our Hermit, just find that really difficult. I love my Hermit card, but it's just different. It's just different, and I suppose it's getting used to different styles, isn't it? Will it be a system, you know, I'll switch to? Probably not, but that's okay. I'm very comfortable with RWS. I enjoy RWS. I'm quite comfortable with Marseille. I can read pip decks, and I've got my basic numerology down. So here, our temperance it's the art of temperance. You know, it's art. Our devil card. I've often seen, you know, reference to this being quite phallic. This here. Our tower. And they're quite busy, aren't they? Star. Moon. Sun. Here we have the Aeon. I mean, that's a beautiful colour. Really is a gorgeous colour. And then we have the universe instead of the world. For some reason, we're starting with the Knight, Queen. I like the fact that we've got the colour references here for the suit of wands. So we have Prince and Princess, Knight and Queen. So there's no kings. And then we count down. So very different, a lot of difference in colour. And as I said, these are pips with a difference. The ones are quite nice, actually. Dominion. And we get the number and we work out that what suit this is, but then we get a keyword. You can actually see wands faintly behind the keyword as well. So we've got virtue for 3, completion for 4. And then our ace. We have our knight, queen, prince and princess. From 10 down to the ace, we've got wealth, gain, prudence, failure, success, worry, power, works, change, and then our ace. And for our swords, we have these blue colours. For our courts, and then we've gone back to like a fiery red, which could be confusing. But I mean, they don't all follow, you know, the colours change in the backgrounds. I'm certainly not a convert, but I can actually appreciate the art a little bit more in these larger cards. Debauch, pleasure, luxury, okay. And yeah, I've got this card in the original as well. So there we are. The gold edition of the Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot, however you want to say it. I'm not blown away. I'm not going to lie, I'm not blown away, but that's probably no surprise to anybody anyway. But I am going to give it a go, you know, and I do think it's important for someone such as myself who has so many tarot decks to have at least a Thoth, a Marseille, and a original RWS. So, and I wanted one that I would be comfortable in having a go at using, and I didn't have one in my collection, so here we are. All right guys, so just a quick one today, but just wanted to share that with you, and until next time, go in peace, namaste, and blessed be.